Could Apple be about to make its boldest iPhone move in years? Rumors about the iPhone 17 lineup are heating up, and this time, the changes aren't just minor upgrades. They could completely change how the iPhone looks and feels. Some people are excited, others are already criticizing it. But one thing's for sure, this year's iPhone design is not playing it safe. One of the biggest surprises is the possible end of the iPhone 17 Plus. Instead of sticking with the familiar lineup, Apple might introduce a completely new model, called the iPhone 17 Air. It's expected to be ultra-thin, around 5.4 millimeters thick, which could make it one of the slimmest iPhones ever made. While leaked case designs suggest that adding a cover will take away some of that thin feel, it would still be thinner than anything Apple has released in years. It's clear Apple wants to offer something fresh, especially in a market where most smartphones look nearly the same year after year. But the real buzz is around the Pro models. Apple hasn't made major design changes to the iPhone Pro for a while, and people have been asking for something different. Now, leaked images of the iPhone 17 Pro show a camera setup that's grabbing everyone's attention, for better or worse. Instead of a small bump, the camera block looks huge, nearly stretching across the entire back of the phone. It still features 3 lenses, but the whole section is now bulkier. This new look has sparked a lot of mixed reactions online. Some users say it looks powerful and different, while others aren't impressed, some even calling it the worst design Apple has ever done. A few people even said it might push them to consider switching to Android. But there's a reason behind the bigger camera block, and it's not just for looks. Apple is reportedly upgrading the telephoto lens in the iPhone 17 Pro from 12 megapixels to a 48 megapixel periscope-style lens. That kind of upgrade would allow for up to 10x lossless zoom, a big step up from what iPhones offer today, and something that could go head-to-head with phones like the Galaxy S24 Ultra. However, there's a technical challenge that comes with packing in more megapixels. Smaller pixels can lead to poor performance in low light. Apple faced this issue in the past with the iPhone 16 Pro's ultra-wide camera. The resolution increased, but the sensor size stayed the same, and low-light photos suffered as a result. This time, Apple may avoid that mistake by using a larger sensor, which can collect more light and improve night photography. But a larger sensor also needs more space inside the phone, which could be why Apple changed the camera layout so dramatically. To fit everything in, Apple may have rotated the camera system sideways inside the device. That would explain the new shape of the camera block. And what about the LiDAR sensor that's been on the Pro models for a while? Based on the leaks, it might be getting moved to a new spot, possibly filling the unusual empty space seen in the render images. So, while the new design may not please everyone visually, it's likely a result of these major hardware upgrades. Apple isn't just changing how the iPhone 17 Pro looks, they're changing what it can do, especially when it comes to camera performance. And that might be worth the new appearance, even if it takes time to get used to. There's still some time before the official announcement. Apple usually reveals new iPhones around September. But case manufacturers are already preparing for these design changes, which means the leaks could be pretty close to the final look. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Launch, Samsung is planning a simpler, online-only announcement. It looks like they're adjusting how they roll out new devices, spreading updates across the year instead of dropping everything at once. But even with a more low-key presentation, all eyes are still on what the Galaxy S25 Edge is bringing to the table. From what we know so far, the phone will feature a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate. That means it's going to look vibrant and feel smooth whether you're watching videos, playing games, or just scrolling. Under the hood, it's expected to run on Qualcomm's newest chip, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, also being called Snapdragon 8 Elite. This processor is said to deliver top-level speed and efficiency, perfect for multitasking and high-end mobile gaming. Memory and storage options will include 12 gigabytes of RAM and up to 512 gigabytes of internal space. But once again, Samsung isn't adding a microSD card slot, which might disappoint users who like having expandable storage. As for design, early leaks suggest that this could be Samsung's slimmest phone yet, possibly even under 6mm thick. That would make it thinner than Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max, giving it a sleek and premium feel. It will likely be available in stylish colors like titanium silver, jet black, and icy blue. The camera setup also sounds solid, though not quite as advanced as the Ultra version. It's expected to have a 200 megapixel main camera paired with a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. While it may not compete directly with the highest end models in terms of camera features, it should still deliver great shots for everyday users. One area where the phone might raise some questions is battery life. It's rumored to include a 3,900 mAh battery, which is smaller compared to the Galaxy S25 Plus. For a phone with a large screen and powerful processor, that could be a concern. Charging is expected to cap at 25 watts, which is decent but not exactly fast compared to some other brands. However, Samsung might be using software tricks and better heat management to make sure the battery holds up throughout the day. As for the price, the Galaxy S25 Edge is expected to launch at around 1,249 euros, or roughly 1,355 US dollars. That's more than the base S25 model, but not quite at ultra level. It's aimed at people who want something premium in design and performance without paying the highest price. But with strong competition from more affordable Chinese brands, Samsung will need to prove that this phone really stands out. Production numbers are also telling. Samsung is reportedly planning to produce around 3 million units, which shows they're expecting strong demand. It seems this model is meant to strike a balance, not too basic, not too high-end, but just right for a lot of users. So the big day to keep in mind is May 13, 2025. That's when we'll know for sure how well the Galaxy S25 Edge lives up to the hype. If you're someone who wants a slim, premium-looking phone with solid performance, this could be the one to watch. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any updates. More appealing, or do you think Apple should have included more premium features? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on the latest tech used since the Galaxy Z Fold 4, with incremental enhancements over the years. However, a jump to 200 megapixels could completely change the game, bringing sharper images, improved night photography, and a more refined overall experience. This upgrade makes the Fold 7 particularly attractive to users who prioritize camera performance without sacrificing the versatility of a foldable device. Interestingly, this isn't Samsung's first time experimenting with a 200 megapixel sensor in a foldable phone. A special edition of the Galaxy Z Fold, launched exclusively in South Korea and China last year, also featured a similar high-resolution camera. However, that model lacked an under-display camera, a technology that Samsung has been improving in its mainstream foldable lineup. Now, with the Fold 7, both innovations are being combined, potentially making this device one of the most advanced foldables yet. Beyond the camera, Samsung is expected to introduce other refinements. The Fold 7 may come with a more durable hinge, reducing wear and tear over time. There could also be improvements in the display crease, making the screen look smoother when unfolded. On the software side, enhancements to multitasking and user experience might make this device even more efficient for productivity. However, despite all these expected refinements, the biggest highlight remains the camera. Samsung is likely to announce the Galaxy Z Fold 7 in the summer, possibly in July, alongside the Galaxy Z Flip 7. There are also rumors that the company is working on a trifold smartphone, which could be introduced in 2025, bringing another innovation to the foldable segment. While details are still emerging, the Fold 7 already looks like a significant step forward in making foldable devices more appealing to a wider audience. With these upgrades, especially in the camera department, the Fold 7 could narrow the gap between foldable and traditional flagship phones. But the big question is, will these changes be enough to convince more people to switch to foldables? What do you think about these upgrades? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this update interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tech updates.